That shirt is fucking expensive. I know what you doing over there with fucking Trump and fucking tariffs.
Straight from Neiman's.
Got it on clearance rack. $5.
Yeah, Bloomings.
Straight from Neiman.
Yeah. What's up with y'all? I'm trying to stream on Instagram, but I think it has some
issues.
Yeah. But it's still letting us out. I think we good money with it, man. What's good with y'all, man? Let's get to it.
Man,
what's good?
What's good?
What's up, man? I ain't seen y'all in like 6 months, man.
I know, man. We did this in a minute, man.
There's a lot going on, man. But look, life be life, bro. But we back in the house.
Yeah, we back in the building, man.
We back in the building, baby. How was y'all week?
That was beautiful, man.
Was chill, man.
Besides all the rain.
All right.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be good tomorrow. Like, it's not supposed to rain.
Yeah.
For the rest of the week, so.
Yeah, hey, it's supposed to be a nice next like 4 days, bro.
I had just got a text from my uncle. He has a 4th of July cookout every year, and he texted me and asked me was I coming? And he said my mom said that she wasn't coming because it's too much weed smoking. And so he fell away, and I'm like, my mom is exaggerating. It's like, it's not. I don't get. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know they beef, so I'm gonna have to talk to her, get her to come because.
And so this your mom's brother, right? E?
Yeah, and then T not gonna be there because she going to see Beyonce. So instead of her spending Independence Day with her family. You know, she's going to the goddamn Beyonce concert. So, you know, hey, people make choices, man. You know what I'm saying? People make choices, Rick. You know what I'm saying? Some people pick their family, Beyonce over their family, man. Independence Day, man. So,
easy.
It is what it is.
Here Friday and Monday.
Oh yeah, so it's cool though. It's be our first Independence Day not together, but hey, such is life, right? You know.
Oh, hold up, so what you gonna do?
I mean, I'm still go to my uncle's house. It'll just be me and Ezra. You know what I'm saying?
All right, bet.
It's all good. But welcome to the Rec Room Podcast. This is episode 137. The title of this episode is "It Was Written." I'm your host. I go by E1. We got T Streets. We got Trey Philando, and we got Reek, man.
Double guns.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
welcome.
Look, shout out to what's the name of it? Shout out to B Funk Dance Company out of La Plata, right? La Plata, Maryland. They won the Dance Nationals in Pennsylvania. My daughter's team won it. They crushed other great dance companies from different states. So this is her second time winning the nationals. So shout out to my baby K, my little sugar booger.
Yo,
clap it up for that.
First of all, shout out to Trey. If y'all didn't know, he teaches dance. He looks great in tights. So yeah, shout out to Trey.
Yo, if I taught dance, I think I'd be a good fucking dance teacher too, bro.
Hey man, he does a great spin on
if you believe you can achieve, man.
Not damn right. You know how many times I watch Tap? You know how many times I watch Tap? Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Now y'all know how we do. We start with sports, and we do have some sports news. T Street, take it away.
You know, we've been away for a little bit, so you know, we got some NBA. We got the NBA champions, OKC Thunder. They took care of the Pacers in 7. Great series.
Great series.
My Pacers couldn't pull it off. You know, we had injury to our guy, but it's cool.
Y'all scaring me, T.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you this. The Pacers made me a fan. I can't deny it, man. Halliburton, I don't care what people say about him. He's great as not great, but he's a good player. He's a good player. And he only has room to improve. So
well, that's great, but they ain't never going back to the fucking championship again.
You never know.
I do know.
They got rid of Miles Turner.
Turner gone.
Miles Turner can go.
Yes, Miles Turner.
A waste of a 7-footer.
Actually, no, Miles Turner is not a waste of a 7-footer.
Yes, he can't rebound.
All he want to do is shoot. Oh, but he used to. No, but he used to rebound. That's the crazy part. He was the best player for like 9 years, and he just wanted to shoot threes all day.
But that might be the role that he played with that team. Look, DeAndre Ayton is now with the Lakers.
I saw that.
Yeah.
And Gilbert Arenas was excited about it. So I don't know. I said Gilbert Arenas was real excited about it, but he's a Lakers fan, so
he's gonna take up space down low.
Yeah, that
I do like Aiden though. I think he got a bad rap in Portland with that punk ass coach, Monty Williams. I always say he was a punk ass coach, and he ain't been working since he left, since he got fired from Detroit. Shout out to Aiden. I hope he balls out with the Lakers.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good move.
Kevin Durant traded from Phoenix to Houston for Jalen Green, the 10th pick in this past draft and 5 second-round picks. Go ahead.
No, I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was going to say something bullshit.
Now you got Kyrie Irving. He signed back with Dallas, 3 years, $119 million. SGA from OKC, he just signed a 5-year max, 246, I believe it is. You know, so people out here getting paid. My Denver Nuggets made some moves.
Yeah,
I like
going back.
We showed up our bench. We got Bowen.
Yeah,
back. We got Valanciunas as the backup center. We traded Michael Porter Jr. non-defensive ass.
Oh wow,
yeah, bro.
Homie out of Brooklyn. So I think we're going. I think we're going to challenge again next year.
Y'all got Cam Johnson.
Cam Johnson. He's good. He's good for the 3.
Hey, and he can play some defense.
Yeah. Shit. What was I going to say? Kevin Durant is going to be hurt for the first half of the season. He's going to be unavailable.
Oh, really? Seriously?
Nah, that's my prediction.
Okay.
Yeah, but look, but for real, they only want him for the fucking playoffs, though.
That's true.
Is he going to be available for the playoffs?
Yeah, as long as he's available for the playoffs, like Kevin Durant, he can do whatever the fuck he wants now.
I'm sorry.
Play, you know what I'm saying? What's
up?
Because
I don't think T got to it, but I want to. I don't even see if it's on here, but it was another coaching move.
Yeah.
Is that official?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Mike Brown. Now I don't get this. I don't understand why they got rid of Tibbs. And to get Mike Brown, I'm lost.
It's that's like you got a side chick, right? And then you think that she going to stay with you after you divorce your wife, and you divorce your wife, and then she don't return your motherfucking calls. You know what I'm saying? It's bro, you fired Tibbs. Now you only fire him if you got somebody better. You're gonna fire him, then you're gonna call the coach from my team that's under contract? Are you crazy?
So Mike, for those who don't know, Mike Brown is the former head coach for the Sacramento Kings.
Yep.
And they say that he wasn't getting along with De'Aaron Fox, who at the time was the star player of Sacramento. Yep. He ended up getting traded to San Antonio. Mike Brown is a fiery coach. He one of people, he talked to you like you on the street. Why the fuck you do that? You know, he one of them, like, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But he's a good coach. I just don't understand. I don't see how New York gets better with them. I don't see it. But
so I think it's going to be a flip. I think that they hired him from an offensive standpoint, but their defense might take a turn.
Hey, look.
Who knows? He has to get a good defensive coach. Go ahead, Reek.
The Knicks just picked up Jordan Clarkson.
Jordan Clarkson, yeah.
Yeah, I like him. He's a dog. So I'm looking good. Huh?
It's another guard for them.
Yeah, another guard. They need another big man. They need some.
They got the big boy from the Sixers. The big backup dude with the dreads that came in for Joel. And he balled out enough as to where he was a free agent, and the Knicks paid him, and people would like the move.
All right, bet.
Okay. All right, and well, we have some more basketball news. Fellas, do y'all remember in the playoffs, Detroit was playing the Knicks, and at the end of the game, they had a chance to hit a game-winning shot to extend. I think it was to either extend the series or win the series. And Malik Beasley kind of fumbled the ball.
Yeah,
the pass came and kind of fumbled the ball. Well, Malik Beasley, he's now under investigation for gambling probe. This article from ESPN says he had financial issues and struggled to pay back a $650,000 loan to his marketing agency earlier this year. So this suit was filed in April. The Sports Management Group, they're seeking $2.25 million in damages and legal fees. This is a big deal if he's caught or if he's found guilty in any way for this, because of gambling is prevalent in sports over the past 3 to 5 years. It has picked up.
He might get banned for life.
He might get banned.
Well, you know, what's the name just got he was under investigation, but they said he passed it. What's his name? Is it Reggie Jack? I can't think.
Michael Porter's brother.
Michael Porter Jr. brother.
Yeah, his brother.
Okay. No, it was somebody else that was under investigation for. But hey, what's his name, man? I forgot. I just read it though.
So while you think about that, a while back we were talking about gambling, and I was like, this shit is going to get worse and worse, because the NFL and everybody else follows the NFL. They fell in love with this fucking sports gambling. It's too much sport. It's too much gambling. These kids in high school with prop bets and all this fucking shit going on, and they're athletes. So they're used to doing it. So they're gonna bet on themselves in college. They're gonna bet on themselves in the game. It's too easy to do it. So it's like, but Beasley, bro, Beasley was a free agent coming off a resurgent season with the Pistons and was in discussions with the team about a 3-year, $42 million deal. So far in the NBA, he's earned nearly $60 million. He's been in the league 9 years. What the fuck are you doing with your money? Right? The marketing company got to front you $650, and you got a problem with paying them back. Then the marketing company ratted on him and said, yeah, you might want to check into his habits, right? Why wouldn't you just pay him, E? Why would you just pay him?
I don't know. I think gambling becomes
addictive. It becomes a drug.
Yeah, so they was like, he was saying he gonna pay him back, but he was like, oh, I'm gonna give you 10,000. Then he give him like 3,300. Like, he's not paying, but they're like, you know what? Nigga, fuck you.
Straight drug addict.
Bro, that gambling is something serious, dog.
Yeah.
Something serious, dog. So I don't know. That's why the Pistons went out and signed your boy from Miami, Duncan Robinson.
Duncan Robinson. All right. I like Duncan. He's a good player.
But Beasley was killing in the playoffs, though, dog. That's crazy. What else we got?
That's all we have for sports.
Sports.
Well, we all know what today was and what today is, and today was the today was the day that P. Diddy, Sean Puffy Combs, was in a trial, sex trafficking. Well, the biggest charge was the RICO, and in terms of the charges, he today was the day that the verdict came down. He was not found guilty on the RICO, which is the biggest charge, was carried, I believe, like a life sentence. But he did get found guilty on 2 of the charges, and one of the charges is basically like I don't know if it's trafficking, but it's some type of
the Man Act.
Traveling with prostitution
or
something.
Transportation to engage in prostitution.
Yeah.
Shit that people do every day on St. Barnabas Road.
2 counts of that.
2 counts of that, and I think the maximum for that is 10 years. I believe.
Yeah, maximum is 10.
And I saw Judge Joe Brown talking about they was Judge Mathis has a part of a show, and they was going to break down, like, are they going to make him? Is he going to be able to be? He's a first-time offender. Just how they going to do it all, just to see. But there was a chance that if the judge let P. Diddy go home, he still would have had to get he would have had to go back for sentencing, but he would have been able to be released on bond. The bond got denied.
That's crazy.
And so he awaits his sentencing. So it says bail denied. Sean Diddy was denied bail after a jury found him guilty of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution this morning. The judge cited Combs' history of violence and past illegal conduct, while explaining why he declined to release Combs as he awaits sentencing. The sentencing outlook, it says, while Combs was acquitted of the most serious charges, racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking, he is still facing up to 20 years in prison since the maximum sentence for each of the transportation counts is 10 years. There will be a hearing next week to address the scheduling of Combs' sentencing. About the case, prosecutors accused Combs of leading a criminal enterprise made up of some of his closest employees, alleging they used threats and violence to force Cassie Ventura and another woman, Jane, to engage in drug-fueled sex acts with male escorts. Combs' lawyers argued the sex acts were consensual and merely preferences. The judge is trying to say that he is a flight risk because of a statement that his lawyer made, and I don't know, man. I don't know how it's going to go. Being the first time offense, I don't know how it goes. But what I will say before we dive deep into it, pause. I think that if he did get, let's say he got a significant amount of time, right, or 5-10 years, I think that Trump will pardon him.
I don't think so.
I'm thinking about that.
50 already said, put it out there that Diddy's been talking shit about you, Trump. Don't pardon him. Like 50 a bitch ass dude for that.
Bro, he a wild boy. Over baby mama drama.
So what do y'all feel about the overall trial and his sentencing?
What you think? What y'all think?
I think that it went the way it should have gone. It was some serious charges for what he had actually done. I wish that he had been charged for, at the time of the event, what he did to Cassie. If he did that, and if the court case was about that, then that's a different story. But RICO and all this other shit it's crazy to me. What's also crazy to me is the people outside the courtroom dousing themselves with baby oil afterwards, like, which is dumb, man. Y'all motherfuckers dumb, man. I hate this world. But either way, that's how I feel about it.
Are you serious? People was doing that?
Yeah, they was putting baby oil on themselves. They had pictures of that shit.
They said, video. Don't call it a RICO, call it a FRICO.
Did you make that up?
No, seriously, no. That's what the quote was. That's what they said on the news. That's what people were saying out there.
What?
I ain't make that up.
Weekend at Junior's was in New York. No, I was playing.
Oh man, but
how you feel, T?
I feel like how I felt in the beginning when they raided his houses, that this is a witch hunt for something else. And the way things played out, I didn't follow this case closely at all. I don't care enough about Diddy to care what happens to him. But everything that they talked about was sex shit, and I'm like, all right, they gotta have the big gun somewhere. Down the line.
There was no big gun.
It never came out. So he got him on 2 counts of prostitution or transportation for prostitution. All right, cool. I'll take that all day if I was Diddy. As far as sentencing, if they give him more than 2 years, they just want to get him for what they couldn't get him for with the RICO and all that shit. If they give him like on a higher end of the scale in that 7 to 10 years, it's because they just want to get him. Because based on what he's guilty for, time served is probably
time served.
Probably what they should give him.
I think that this is like a karma thing for him, though. Like, this is coming for like other shit that he did like before. And like, if you look at it, if he just would have paid Cassie, none of this shit would have really popped off like that. And I think that Cassie was a fucking mastermind. And her husband, they were masterminds at getting the bag from him real quick and smooth like. But as far as like people's sexual exploits, you can look at a lot of people's bedrooms and see all kind of wild ass shit. You gonna see people doing shit that you would never think. And I don't think that that's everybody's business.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And mind control and manipulation, that's an everyday thing. And anywhere in the world, you're gonna see that.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it right, but it doesn't make me liable to go to jail for life because you chose to stay with me while I was a piece of shit to you. Right?
I mean,
So
if that's the case,
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say if that's the case, Trump should be arrested. Go ahead.
Come on, bro.
Yeah,
Don't even
I think it should be some. I know I always say this, right?
Go ahead.
But I think that for domestic violence, I think it should have been more of a domestic violence case, and I can understand that. I don't think no woman deserves to be hit on or beat on, or any person, period, whether it's a woman, man, or anything, right? But I do believe that accountability has to be in place, and I feel like that when you're an adult, I know like 18, 19 is considered adult by law, and and you're a young adult.
Yeah,
but you are an adult. And you have free will to make choices and stuff like that. Now, I wasn't there every day to see the manipulation, so I'm not going to really get deep into it. So I'm just speaking in terms of accountability for all. When you're an adult, you make adult decisions, and you can't make adult decisions and then then go back on it and make it seem like something treacherous happened to you if you were involved in it also. And when it comes to this case, they have her wanting to do her own free calls, just all that type of stuff. So like I say, I'm not going to say that she wasn't any type of victim. I'm not going to say that. But what I will say is that her being with him did come with probably all of her bills paid. Being with him probably came with her not having to work a 9 to 5. So while you're taking the perks, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, you
gotta,
so let me
oh, my bad. Years later, you could have left earlier. Go ahead, Rick.
Let me pose this to y'all. So, do y'all think prostitutes or women who fall into the hand of a pimp, should they be treated the same way, or what? I mean, does that apply to them as well? Whatever you're saying.
I feel like again, some people come to some people grow up and come from troubled homes and all different type of circumstances. Some people have 2-parent homes and still make really bad decisions. I think if you're a child, then unacceptable. But when you're an adult and you're making decisions, it's just tough. And the world is tough. If I would explain it to my son, like or daughter, you're 17, 18, you're grown. These decisions that you make will affect you for the rest of your life. So when you talk about all of it's wrong, but when you're an adult, you're an adult. I just don't. I mean, you have to. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to have. There has to be some accountability when you're adult. Unless somebody's forcing you to do something, that's different. Forcing you to do something, that's totally different than doing something and then being ashamed of it or regretting it. That's different than somebody making you do something.
Bruh, you gotta also look at, to add to what you're saying with the accountability. You also got to look. You know how many women that was like, "Oh, he should get life." He should. I was like,
it's crazy. I know. Yeah.
So but you also got to look at the women that he might have tried that shit with. That was like, nah, fuck all that. So you're gonna get your victim, right? Yeah. And then with the exploitation, all this shit. This is a fantastic tale for people to learn from.
It is.
But you still gonna have 300 million young women or older women, cougars, whatever. That's still gonna try to get at Diddy when Diddy get out. They're gonna do it. Shit. They're gonna have willing participants.
You got women still trying to get at R. Kelly.
Yes. Yeah. So it's like you can't take the accountability away from the woman. You cannot do that. You can't do it. And as soon as I stop paying you, or you get emotional because I'm with this woman, then you want to just leave me. After all this time, you gonna leave. You know what I'm saying? Then you gonna sue me. Then you go. So it's just like, sweetheart, I would have rather you just left 5 years ago. I wouldn't have to deal with this court shit. I mean, we've been doing this for 12 years almost. So it's a tale. It's a tale to like don't be him and don't be her.
For sure. Now, let's get into some entertainment, and this is good entertainment right here because we have some Nas lovers, and if you follow the pod, you all will know who those Nas lovers are. I don't even have to tell you, but if you just tuning in for the first time, the Nas lovers are Trey Philando and T Streets.
Thanks.
I think Rick like Nas, but I never seen you act like how they kind of do.
Nah, I like Nas. I like Nas a lot, but yeah, I don't cape for a lot of people like that.
All right,
he came from Memphis Bleak though. Go ahead.
So Nas, we all know Nas is probably regarded in most people's eyes as a top 5 rap artist, a top 5 MC. He's some people's number 1, right? And yes, you can always say you can always say things are debatable, but the reality of his top 5 status probably is, I don't think it's too debatable to me, right? And to most people. So with that being said, Jim Jones. So Jim Jones is a member of Dipset. He started off as Cam's hype man, I believe, in Dipset, which was a group of Cameron, Joel Santana, Freaky Zeke, who I don't know what he ever did, and Jim Jones. And Jim Jones he was a hype man, but he became an artist. He has become an artist that has progressed. He started off when he rapped, he wasn't the best with rapping, but he stayed with it. We all know he put out the hit record Ballin'. He stayed, and then at that time when he was making his run, he was featured on a lot of artist songs. He had a good run, especially for somebody who couldn't rap at first. Through the years, he's continued to do music. A lot of people don't progress in music or lyrically; they kind of stay the same. I will give him. I fuck with Jim Jones. He's gotten better and better at his lyricism, and he's a person who believes that himself. And so I think he went off the ledge a little bit. And I don't. Where did it start, T? Where did it start?
From the beef years ago?
Not beef years ago, but kind of like up to date. Like what was he on that made him? It was
the Fat Joe and
James.
Okay, that's okay. So I'm gonna play a clip of what Jim Jones said about Nas, and we're gonna talk about it after.
Buck, because you'll bring it up. There must be some type of misconception or what's that word? When it comes to Jim Jones and what Jim Jones have done in this game. A lot of these rappers,
we made them take the darkies off.
A lot of these rappers have done a tremendous job, and I take nothing away from them. But they forget I got a hell of a catalog. Me, Jim Jones, myself, gold records, platinum records, gold albums, platinum albums. No, me, Jim Jones. No diplomats, no nobody else. Me, Jim Jones. Check my track record, then check everybody else's track record. Then go to the billboards and check all my entries, then check all them niggas' entries and shit like that. I'm not taking nothing away from nobody. But I hear the comparisons and then niggas be trying to act funny when it comes. No, I've been spanking a lot of this shit. I'm talking about the industry. I've been putting on. So let's not get into that where we get into numbers and I got to show you the statistics of what I've done. You heard to what other people was done. You heard them. You want to go to the billboard entries, pull up Nas billboard entries, then pull up my billboard entries.
Listen, we can't compare the two. What I'm trying to tell you is
I want to go there. Hold on. I want to go down the line now because now we going down the line. He's a rapper and I'm a rapper.
Listen,
let's go statistically.
It feels great.
No, but I want to go statistically because
real quick, how is he gonna play like this in front of two great MCs? Like, I like Fat Joe. How's he gonna play himself in front of two great MCs like this? God damn.
Y'all know Jim Jones ain't mean this, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
I know he's trolling.
But he sparked such a big debate.
But that's
I don't know why.
Yeah, but that's when you need help. Like that's when you need the viral, right? Like for the attention. Like, the crazy part? I'm not even mad at Jim Jones. The crazy part is, out of all these interviews that he's done, I never heard him say the name of his album or any song. I know he got a Harlem song that he was trying to do at the show and nobody was singing it. Bro.
So people looked it up. people looked it up, and he said that, and he came back and said he did make a mistake about the Billboard
different artists. He should have picked a different artist.
Yeah, because the Billboard showed him only having 2.
You should have picked like Fabulous or something.
The same thing that what's the name said. Nori was on the Breakfast Club, and he said for us to even be talking about this is a win for Jim Jones, and that's the truth. This shouldn't even be a topic. It shouldn't be a discussion. All up and down my timeline, all I see is podcasts talking about this. How?
Then they went to the streets on TikTok. My man going to the street. He's talking to young people, 19, 20. A lot of them are saying Nas. 1 or 2 did say Jim Jones, right? But he asked 10 people. But Jim Jones makes it seem. See, Jim Jones is trying to brainwash the younger demographic because the older demographic, no. That's why Fat Joe face went this way when he was.
Yeah, he's like, what?
Like, bro, you do know that I was there, right? Like, bro, like, and this is another thing. And I didn't even go get too high about Jim Jones. When everybody gotta say, yeah, because he got better, that means he used to fucking suck. That's what that means. And Nas is not from your era. You weren't even rapping when Nas was killing it. You started rapping in the early 2000s. Nas had 4 or 5 albums out. You was a hype dude, right? That's all it is, bro. I mean, but listen, y'all, right? He got the viralness, but once those people like hear his music, they're gonna be like, oh, okay.
Well, this what I say.
Go ahead, Trey. He gonna stick around.
I think, bro. So I think,
bro,
him and Mano, so I beg to differ. I feel like I beg to differ. I feel like that Jim Jones has the last 3 or 4 albums or projects that he's put out. He's rapping just as well as anybody if you really listen to it, and the production is good. I feel like that Jim Jones is the ultimate hustler. I look at it from a different standpoint. If you are an artist and you're at his age and you're able to be relevant in any type of way, you are winning. And so Jim Jones, we've been talking about Jim Jones, whether for whatever, for the last 3 or 4 years, like he knows how to keep himself relevant. You know what I'm saying? I think he's the ultimate hustler, man. I give my hat off to him, because if you can make it so you don't have to work a job and you can still get money, but you might not be the top tier rapper, but you're able to earn a living. I got so much respect for that. So I'm coming just from the hustler mentality of it, and to keep reinventing yourself and to keep your name in people's mouth. You're an ultimate hustler, man.
And the craziest part is Pusha T never responded, which was
it's coming.
Beautiful. It's coming. Never responded. Huh?
It's coming.
Okay.
By the way, they having one of the best rollouts of this year.
Who, Clips?
Oh.
Yes, the Clips.
Yeah.
They are everywhere. You are.
Dog. Every song that they released is fire, man.
Bro, they got one of the best. They left Def Jam. Had to buy their way out of Def Jam, and then they with Rock Nation.
Okay.
There's a lot of artists that complain about Rock Nation.
Yeah.
But whoever is behind their promo and this press run is doing an immaculate job. I'm sorry, man. Everywhere I scroll, all I see is Clips interviews, Clips music. When I go on TikTok, that's all I see. They doing a great job.
What was the name of the first one that they came out with, like last month? The one you put up, the
Trumpets.
That's dope. That second one.
What?
Nah.
What? Trey, the second one?
That's video of the year.
I can't respect you, bro.
Since you say that, you might as well know about it. Don't get the album, Trey. If you think
I like Ace Trumpets.
Go back to dance practice.
God, you don't like the wow. That's the second one. Wow. Oh my.
What's the name of the second one?
We what's it called?
It's a joint produced by Pharrell.
I don't like the beat.
What?
No.
Go back to dance practice. Go back to dance practice right now.
Hold on. So you telling me you like the beat of that trash Rick Ross song?
No. First of all, that song is not trash. That song is not trash. No. Let's go hard as shit, man.
Right now.
Hey, T, you don't like that joint?
Hey, that joint is fire. That joint is fire.
That's not even his quality. When Rick Ross is at his best, he's better than
Bro, do you see a nigga pinky ring when he was in Paris like that? Come on, man.
I don't care about his pinky. I don't care about his aesthetic.
For the money.
I like that. The only thing I don't like, he just say nigga every other word. I'm like, why everybody y'all can't rap without saying that every other word? And I ain't even on no goody type shit, but it's like, God damn,
step your bars up. back in the studio. Step your bars up.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? God damn. Step your bars up. Yeah, that's an easy out.
Listen to your album clips.
Hey, it's gonna be one of the best albums of the year.
I like grinding.
Oh,
what?
Here you go. Hey, let's keep it on entertainment, man.
Go do a spin.
No. Let's switch gears a little bit because let's switch gears just a little bit. And this is just from because we haven't been on here since. Have we? Well, maybe I haven't, but I don't think we've been on here since.
It's been 3 weeks.
Okay, so we weren't even on here when Trump
when he bombed Israel. Oh,
not
Israel.
Iran. Okay. So give us a quick thing on that, Reek.
All right, let's go down to the latest since Trump has bombed Iran. So this is coming from Time. Trump issues blistering response after Iran Supreme Leader threatens U.S. as all sides claim victory and conflict. President Donald Trump issued blistering remarks in response to Iran Supreme Leader claiming victory over Israel and, by extension, the U.S. in a loaded public message. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei had also threatened to attack more U.S. military bases, further splintering the Middle East country relationship with the U.S. Let's see. Trump issued an even stronger response on his social media platform, Truth Social, later in the day, and doubled down on his stance once more that he reposted when he reposted his message early Saturday morning. In a lengthy post, Trump accused Khamenei of publicly sharing a lie claiming Iran achieved a victory over Israel. He reaffirmed his much debated viewpoint that the U.S. strike obliterated the 3 key nuclear facilities it targeted Saturday, June 21st. Trump also seemingly made reference to previous reports that stated that the White House turned down a plan by Israel to try and kill Khamenei. So right now you have two sides saying two different stories, but one thing that I can confirm is that Europe, some of the countries in Europe have released a report saying that Iran is correct. You didn't destroy the facilities. Iran had previous knowledge and they moved their uranium, I guess, enriching places somewhere else, and they didn't get them. So you know what? If you are out there and you believe anything that comes out of this fool's mouth,
don't believe it.
Yeah, don't believe it. You are a fool yourself. But yeah, so here's where we are, and hopefully this conflict doesn't grow beyond what it is. But look, Iran has they have a right to protect themselves.
Wait, ho. So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Because I only heard this. Now, is this where they say Iran is trying to make nuclear weapons?
Yeah, Iran
and you're saying that they have the right to protect themselves. So
yeah,
so you feel like Iran should be able to make them? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, most countries. Matter of fact, all countries, not all, but most countries have nuclear weapons, and if they want to protect themselves.
So to cut you off now, I don't know if this is true, but they said every presidency feels like that. Every president that's been in there feels like they shouldn't. So when Obama was in there, they were saying that he felt like it was the same thing. They were saying that they cannot allow them to make them.
But see, that's coming from intelligence from Israel, I think. So what happens is you get all of this information, and of course, the U.S. has gone through the Middle East and just put his boot on every piece of land and just fucked up relations or whatever. So the only relations that we have are pretty much with Israel. That's who we back.
Which is why he jumped in.
Which is why he jumped in.
T or Trey, do y'all feel like Iran should be able to make nuclear weapons?
Yeah, I do. Russia, United States, China, France, United Kingdom, Pakistan, India, Israel, and North Korea. Mm-hmm. They're the countries that have nuclear weapons. So if we beefing with goddamn Israel and Netanyahu made a deal with Trump, some people said he was paid $300 million. Netanyahu wasn't even messing with Obama at all. Like he didn't even like dealing with him. But whatever deal Trump is making with him, Trump jumped into the beef with Israel and Iran. And he bombed them, but he got something for jumping into that beef. But if I'm Iran, hell yeah, I want to have some type of defense. Especially if I'm beefing with them. Yeah, like me personally.
Yeah.
What you say, T?
And Trump ran on. Go ahead. Well, one more thing, T. Before you talk. In Trump's first term, before he was elected, he was like bomb, Iran. That was the actual slogan that he was saying. Go ahead, T. My bad. I just want to add that.
No, I agree. Since everybody else have nuclear weapons, Iran should be able to have them. Personally, we should get rid of nukes, but
absolutely,
we're past that point. That'll never happen.
I agree.
And also, I'm gonna add this: Iran has the most oil, more than any other country out there. So
let's talk about it.
Yeah. So United States is oil greedy. They'll fuck you over to get that oil. Same way they did to Iraq and Saddam Hussein. I think that was part of it. But they got to protect themselves and protect their assets, because who knows? Israel bombed them unprovoked, by the way. So
So shit, I'm Iran. I'm like, yo, nah, no.
Exactly.
Like I'm fighting against both of y'all too. No, but yeah. So
so
we got.
What do y'all feel about
who is this?
What do y'all feel about AI? Do y'all feel like AI will take over the world and everybody will lose jobs, and now AI will take over your job and everything? Like, do you think we getting into that time?
Absolutely.
Well, yes. I asked that because I have an article from CBS News, and it says Amazon CEO says AI agents will soon reduce companies' corporate workforce. Amazon CEO envisions an agentic future in which AI robots or agents replace humans working in the company's offices. In a memo to employees made public by Amazon on Tuesday, CEO Andy Jassy said he expects the company to reduce his corporate workforce in as soon as the next few years, as it leans more heavily to generative AI tools to help fulfill workplace duties. As we roll out more generative AI agents, it should change the way our work is done, he says. He says, we will need fewer people doing some of the jobs that are already being done today and more people doing other types of jobs. He added that this move toward AI would eventually reduce our total corporate workforce as we get efficiency gains from using AI extensively across the company. With approximately 1.5 million employees worldwide, the e-commerce giant is the second largest private employer in the United States. With that being said, I don't know. AI, I mean, they got these on TikTok. They got these like these reels of these, like, it's these old people and they just talking raunchy, but the shit looks so real.
That if super real, don't
Yeah, and it's like if you didn't know, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know it was AI. Now, in terms of AI taking over jobs, I don't know in what capacity that would be and how soon it would be where not just Amazon's workforce, but just the workforce period is affected.
Yeah, it's getting ready to happen, and it's probably going to happen sooner than you think. Right now, they got AI truckers. So truck driving jobs are about to be scarce because of this AI that they're putting into place, where you have driverless trucks that are driving across wherever. You're gonna have, and I think that at some point you're gonna have AI IT.
I saw that about 5 years ago. Yeah,
the only thing that is going to be AI free is real estate agents. So get your real estate license, because that's the only job that's going to be available for humans at some point.
Yeah, they're gonna take over that too.
Yeah, that seems like an easy one for them to do.
Yeah, I mean, my daughter's dance studio is talking about having a robot teach dance.
They just don't understand.
Yeah, and the thing is, if these companies, these big companies, really thought about what's important, it's the people that you have there. AI doesn't give you customer service, bad or good or whatever. They're not. It's not going to be like that. The people make the company,
right?
And I think that's what they fail to believe. So, man, screw these dudes that are trying to kick the people out and bring machines and AI in.
Well,
overhead,
those
man.
billionaires, they're
cheaper. You don't have to pay nobody. Yeah, they whack for that shit, man. And Trump is in bed with them. Period. So talking about the big shitty bill that's getting ready to come through,
it's already passed.
Yeah.
It passed.
Now what is this bill about? T Streets. What is this bill going? What is the bill?
The bill? What is it? The big beautiful bill is Trump.
Big shitty bill.
Is Trump's bill
I think that
I don't know. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot. I know it's cutting Medicaid.
It's cutting Medicaid. It's going to cut SNAP benefits. It also says that states cannot. It's something about AI. You can't do something with AI for 10 years. So with that being said, you let AI do. You let these companies come in and let AI take over the workforce. You can't say anything about it for 10 years, basically. And there's some other shit going on with that big stinky bill. So
let's shift gears again. All right. Now
talk about that nigga.
Marijuana. Marijuana has been a topic for years, right? Now, in the 70s, when my pops and them was growing up, everybody smoked weed. He told me that when you go to a concert, if you go to a concert, people are smoking weed. Hold on, I got you. Hold on, let me
got the clone up there.
Right. So weed was a thing where it wasn't frowned upon. People would go for their lunch break and smoke weed and come back in the building. I mean, it was just like that time. It was peace, love, and happiness, I guess, type of vibe. And then things changed because weed got associated with crime, kind of like. For somehow, right? And we started to be looked down upon, and I don't know if it's rap culture made people look at it a certain way, but it became like a negative thing, and I don't know why or how that derived.
Gangsta rap.
Then you fast forward, and people, I guess, start really doing research on marijuana, and it was shown that it could cure a lot of different things, and it actually helped people with anxiety and all type of health issues. And so once that was found out, and then I guess once the government figured a way to make money off of it, it started to become legal in a lot of states, in a lot of places. So of course, then you still have people doing more and more research on marijuana. The good things and the bad things about it. I really only hear positive things. And this article comes from, I think, CNN, and it says marijuana use dramatically increases the risk of dying from heart attacks and strokes, large study finds. So now we back to it being, I guess, a bad thing, right? So it says using marijuana doubles the risk of dying from heart disease, according to the new analysis of pooled medical data involving 200 million people, mostly between the ages of 19 and 59. What was really striking was the concerned patients that were hospitalized for these disorders. They were young and thus not likely to have their clinical features due to tobacco smoking. With no history of cardiovascular disorder or cardiovascular risk factors, said Senior Emily as an associate professor. She compared non-users, those who use cannabis also had 29% higher risk for heart attacks and a 20% higher risk for stroke, according to the study published on Tuesday. It says this is one of the largest studies to date on the connection between marijuana and heart disease, and it raises serious questions about the assumption that cannabis imposes little cardiovascular risk, said Dr. Lin, a clinical professor of the bio. Oh man, it's a rag of big words in this article, fellas. I'm gonna have to skip. Says getting this right is critically important because cardiovascular disease is the top cause of death, both in the United States and globally, says Silver, who was a senior advisor at the Public Health Institute, a nonprofit public health organization that analyzes marijuana, the policy and legalization. It says Silver is the curator of the editorial published, which the paper that calls for change and now cannabis is viewed health professionals. So they're saying now that with all of the research that they're doing now, it's back to being bad. So
yeah, just to add to what you're saying, it says smoking marijuana may be associated with an increased risk of developing lung cancer. So it's like if you smoking cigarettes or if people in your family have a history of cancer, lung cancer, whatever, but you smoke weed, you're not going to think that it's the weed, right? Because we've been told, right, it has the benefits, right? Medicinal, all that shit. But it says smoking marijuana may be associated with an increased risk of developing lung cancer. Additional research is needed to fully understand the long-term health effects of marijuana smoking and how it affects a person's risk for lung cancer. So now people still gonna smoke this shit, right? Period. But at the same time, you still should educate yourself on the fact that, okay, damn, is this gonna, you know, put me in that situation where I have cancer, or would you all stop? Like, say you have no health issues, but you love to smoke. Would this article or would this new information change your thought process on marijuana?
Well, I'll say this. A lot of people try to use alternatives for marijuana. And what this article is saying that it's not surprising that smoking, vaping, and dabbing cannabis could do the same. So, you know, some people don't want to do that, but they'll say, well, I don't do it this way, I do it that way. So the real question is, does edibles do anything? Because a lot of people will say, I don't smoke weed, but I'll take an edible. And I don't know if that's healthy or not, but your question was, me reading this, would this, if I was a person who smoked marijuana, would it make me stop? Probably not.
They're saying that edibles play a role in the heart disease as well in this article. Yeah.
Okay. So you're asking me would I stop? I don't know. No, this article, me reading this article, no. But I think that some of it's common sense to me. I'm gonna be real with you, because if you're smoking anything, you're affecting your throat. That's common sense, right? So let's not act like just because it's weed, you're smoking paper, you're inhaling, that's your lungs. I don't care if it's candy that you're smoking. I mean, you're smoking it, right? If it's hookah, whatever it is, cigars you don't really inhale, I don't know, but it's still the act of smoking. So it's common sense to know that you could be fucking up your throat. That's the first thing. In terms of heart disease and all that, I think it probably would be based on how much you smoke. everything is. Some people smoke all day, every day. If you smoke all day, every day, then yeah, for years and years, I believe it can happen. But if you do, I think you can do a lot of things in moderation.
Right.
I'm no doctor, anything like that. But I think if you can just do everything in moderation, you may be okay. If you don't have a history of certain things.
Yeah, too much of anything is bad for you.
Yeah.
This article wouldn't change my mind if you was talking about marijuana, if you're talking about alcohol. If I was a cigarette smoker and this article came out about cigarettes, that's not going to change my mind. What would change my mind will have to do with me, not an article.
Exactly. Yeah. Real quick, I've never heard of Heart Journal before, so I'm skeptical of who's conducting the study. I'm also like, as much
a couple of different
doctors or whatever. Yeah, I get that. But here's what I'm getting ready to say. It's funny that they're putting out this article right now in the midst of this presidency. It's funny that there have been studies done on cannabis, marijuana, or whatever for the longest. Yes, smoking it, it's gonna. It has, of course, created a problem when it comes to what is that?
Heart disease,
and lung cancer and all of that stuff, because you're putting smoke in your lungs, like you said, E. But this is, I don't know. I mean, whatever floats your boat, like you said, T. Anything in moderation, but look into the study. Look who's conducting the study, and who are they studying? What are their do they have other conditions that would increase their chances of cardiovascular disease or lung cancer? Who knows, man? But it's I think cannabis has helped more people than it has harmed. So let's see what happens with this.
In this day and age, you can't do shit. If you use Dove soap, if you use the soap too much, it'll give you
can't do shit, bro.
If you brush your teeth too hard, your teeth fall out. You can't do nothing. So I mean, like,
you can't.
You gotta live life, man. You can't do shit, right? So I don't know. That's just a little tidbit for you guys. If you are, or whoever's listening is an avid smoker, maybe you can look at this article and maybe it'll change your life or something, or make you chill out. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's what they're saying. Now, I forgot to we're switching gears again real quick. We need to say a rest in peace for the legendary singer from the Whispers. He died at 81 years old. He was battling cancer. 81 is a long, blessed life. It says Walter C. Scott Jr., co-founder of the iconic R&B group The Whispers, died on Thursday after a 6-month battle with cancer. He was 81. Scott Jr., who shared the stage with his identical twin brother Wallace Scott for 6 decades, man. Died surrounded by his family in Northridge, Carolina, according to Billboard, right? The Whispers. On here, it doesn't have their accolades, and I don't know them by heart, but what I do know is that they were and are a legendary group. I can remember my mom cleaning up, and I know so many of the Whisper songs just due to her and my father playing their music. She would tell me about their concerts, and you know, and she would tell me those were the best concerts, and you know, and they could sing, you know, like she was a real Whispers fan, man. So they gave a great show, and you know, rest in peace.
Let me give E some ammo to shoot at me, right? So I was supposed to go see the Whispers. I was supposed to go see the Whispers and Patti LaBelle, right, in Richmond. I was gonna go get me a bomb ass suit. This was 2020. This is 2020, bro. I was gonna go see. I was so pressed to go see them. It was the same fucking week as COVID, right? Like late 2021, they canceled the shows. So I was beefing because I wanted to go get my motherfucking suit and go to the show and dance to Patti LaBelle and the Whispers. Bruh, I missed the Whispers like 3 or 4 times when they came through Baltimore. I got a screenshot of my phone where I was going to go see them at the Birchmere. in fucking October of this year.
They're still playing, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm going.
Yeah.
But shout out to them. E, go ahead. E called me an old man. I'm from the 1800s.
Hey, hold up. Let's give a shout out to that mustache, man. Let's give a shout out to that mustache.
Yeah. What?
Hey, dog,
that thick ass mustache, man.
We got to calm down.
Bro, a lot of us is here. A lot of us are here now because of the Whispers, bro. The Whispers music, bro.
Man. They legendary, man.
Look.
And also check out. Go ahead, Rick.
No, I was just saying, give a shout out to that mustache, dog.
Shout out to the mustache gang. Look. Check out Tank. Shout out to Tank. Tank did a bomb ass interview with the Whispers in 2023.
I saw that.
Yes, bro. I watched it 2 years ago, bro. Washing dishes. I watched the whole interview, bro.
Now, do we have an Ask the Rec Room?
We do have an Ask the Rec Room that was related to the young lady, Miss Quita Cole.
Okay, I'm gonna introduce it real quick. So for those who don't know, Ask the Rec Room is our segment of the pod where our followers will direct message us on Instagram or TikTok, and they'll ask us questions or scenarios that they would like us to talk about. Sometimes we choose from there, but then sometimes we do it ourselves. And this segment is called
Ask the Rec Room.
So this Ask the Rec Room deals with exhaustion, overwork, rat race. It's a bunch of posts that's on TikTok about people like, yo, work is a scam, right? Like we don't make enough money, all this shit like that. But anyway, this particular story is about a restaurant owner. She was 40 years old. She was the owner of QC Kitchen. It has been reported she was reported dead after allegedly working 7 days in a row, and her demise came a few days after posting on her Facebook wall that she needed rest and was taking a couple of days off. And basically, she was saying that Quita needs rest. That was her post, and so she took a day off and she went to sleep and she never woke up. So she was known as an extremely hard worker, and this was related to basically people working themselves to death, right? So the question was, how do people find time for their mental health? How do people find time to take a break? How would we? Because we all do our thing. How do we find time to just detach? Because you got a lot of people that's behind on bills. You got a lot of people that's not already making enough money. You got a lot of single parents, single mothers, and fathers. So for people watching the show tonight, or is going to be watching the show, what type of advice? Unfortunately, prayers for this young lady. She was a great person, but they were like, yo, she worked a lot, and when she finally said she wanted to just rest, her body gave out.
Well, I would say you don't find the time, you make the time.
Absolutely. Good point.
Because when if you overwork yourself, especially if you have a family, if you're gone, there's nothing you can do. So all the work that you're doing will end up being null and void if you're not here.
Right.
And I tell people that all the time. See, sometimes you can work so much and only you know. And the people that depend on you are so used to you doing it that they don't even see it as you doing it. So that's where self-care comes in. You have to be able to have self-care and self-check, because people, if you're a person that's on the go all the time, people don't even zone out to. They be like, oh yeah, that's a working dude. Yeah. And they don't know you working, but you're exhausted. So you have to take some time for yourself, even if you don't feel tired. You have to get some rest in there. Now, what I will say is that you're right. Life brings different circumstances and different things to people. It could be easy for me to say that you need to get some rest, but when them bills are due or you got something pressing, you got to go on. But like I said, if you're not here because you're overworked and you had a heart attack or something, you're no help to anybody, not even yourself. So.
That is true.
I agree on that front. It's a heartbreaking story. I know that before my incident, I didn't work 7 days a week consistently. I always took at least one day.
You was working, bro.
But I missed everything. I stayed at work.
Yeah, I remember that too.
You was working, bro.
Well, yeah.
I called T. This nigga T always be in the truck. I'm like, damn. when you at the crib, you know what I'm saying?
But here's my thing. It was probably some other underlying issues.
Yeah, that's
it could have been that. But, that always.
Because everybody, most people work 5 days a week, right? Sure. And then on the weekend, depending on if you got a family, you working on the weekend.
For sure.
I mean, definitely take some time for yourself. I mean, even if it's just a few hours just to take a nap and relax.
Yeah.
But, you know, everybody's working. Like
everybody's working.
Yeah, everybody's working.
You got to get your rest in there, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Before we start to close, today is, or either today or this week was the 29th anniversary of my guy Nas.
Oh hell no! That's why you want to stop the music. That you give me with that bullshit.
Hey, bro, you see
I thought he was about to say some real shit. I'm like, oh damn, what's going on?
Hey, look, hey, we gotta shout out Tata.
Oh yes, okay. So look, y'all was dogging me, Slim. I felt bad. T made me feel the worst that time. After that day, I said, you know what? Fuck man, she gonna get her hoodie, Slim. So we were having a thing for the listeners. We were giving away a free hoodie. Lonely Cloud sponsors the podcast. You can get the information below, and they sell luxury hoodies. And the most consistent listeners are the people that win the hoodie. Tata has been a day one listener from when we were doing this on Podbean. I was supposed to give her a hoodie months ago. I want to say maybe a year ago. I don't know. So after they pressed me out, and which was deserving, because I'm a man of my word, but I wasn't keeping my word. I knew I was.
Five years later.
Right? And so we finally got Tata her hoodie. I'm going to post it on the Rec Room page. Follow us at the Rec Room Pod on Instagram and on TikTok. Finally got her hoodie. She took some dope pictures. We appreciate you. I got one more hoodie, right? So, for the listeners, you got to come in. You got to comment. You got to let us know that you're here. Check in. You got to share the pod. If you can do that 3 times in a row, you too can win a Lonely Cloud luxury hoodie. So Tata, we appreciate you. You day one. I finally got you your hoodie, and thanks for everybody getting on me, especially T Streets. I don't know what it was that last time.
What I tell you, when I get involved,
T made me feel fucked up. So I got her the hoodie, man. So we just want to say thank you, Tata, and the contest is still going on. You got to chime in, and you can get you a free hoodie too. We do this every week at 7 p.m. on Instagram Live, YouTube Live. Follow us on Instagram at the Rec Room Pod. Follow us on TikTok. We stream, so you can go to all your, if you like to listen to the pod, you can go to all the streaming services and you can get the pod. I personally put out a new single. Yeah, I hope that I rap too.
Go check it out.
You can go to my page. You can see the new song and the new single. You can stream that also. You know what I'm saying? So we jack of all trades. We love what we do. We got an in-person pod that's ready to come out. That should have been came out, but I'm gonna put it on YouTube. We got some upcoming guests for in-person pods. We got a lot going on. We appreciate it. We thank everybody. Everybody has a pod, but everybody is in us. Until next time. Peace.